Alex Pereira's most recent stop on his international tour landed him in South Korea, and in footage he uploaded to his Instagram story, while he was out shopping, a fan asked him for a body punch. Pereira was left impressed after the fan ate 6 of his punches.
Pode ir?
Go. Ready? Chama.
예, 박수 한번. 아, 내가 아braço aqui, velho.
최고. 맞아, 펀치 최고.
Caralho. Porra, não. Esse aí eu fiquei, porra, admirado mesmo, velho.
He say he's impressed right now. Bate no fica esquerdo aqui.
50% 한대, 50%.
진짜
50%야. Tá fugindo isso aí. Depois, tira uma foto e manda pra ele ali.
Take a photo after this, how it look now, and then tomorrow send another picture.
Tom Aspinall has called out fans who say he's got no chance against Jon Jones after he finished Stipe Miocic this past weekend. Tom told Ariel Helwani that fans are fickle. They are now saying that he stands no chance against Jon Jones. But Tom says that he and Stipe are not even in the same stratosphere at this point in their careers.
The biggest thing that I can take away, and everybody else, I don't know, people are very fickle. People are very, very fickle. I see like people saying, oh yeah, there's no way that John can beat Tom at this point in his career, and then John goes and beats a really, really old and beat up Stipe, and there's no way that I can win now. It's crazy that what people are like on this MMA game. But I think the main thing that we can take away is me right now at 31 years old and Stipe right now at 42 years old, coming off a big layoff, not even in the same stratosphere. That's what I can say about it, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but that's the truth of it. Is we are not even in the same stratosphere right now, and Stipe is one of the greatest of all time, probably the best heavyweight of all time. But we're talking about right now, nowhere near close.
Tom wants the fight with Jon Jones to happen around July next year, around International Fight Week, and he says he has no plans of defending his interim title. He only wants an undisputed title fight.
Soon. I was going to say July.
International Fight Week. I love it. Right, that's going to do some numbers. That would be such. I mean, I'm all right with July as well. I don't know how it's going to look, but I'm fighting for the belt next. The undisputed belt. Yeah, come on, man. The first time I defended the interim, it was very personal for me. I thought, in all honesty, it was a bit silly the first time, but it was very personal fight for me because number one, it's in Manchester, which is my home city, born and raised. The second thing is, it was against Curtis Blades, who I technically had a loss against when I got injured. So if it was any other circumstances, well, I probably still would have done it, to be honest, because what else am I going to do? Sit on the couch and scratch my ass for a year? But I thought it was silly the first time, and I ain't doing it again.
Last week, the UFC announced Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Gary in a #1 contender fight for the co-main event at UFC 310. Kamaru Usman was rumored at some point to fight Shavkat, but plans fell through. But Usman has reacted to the fight news on his Pound for Pound podcast, where he believes this might be a boring fight.
Listen, I like the matchup, but we have a tendency to get excited for these Ian Gary matchups, and they don't turn out the way we think. No, I'm being honest. Did I not say the same thing against the Michael Venom Page fight? And you were like, yeah, it's going to be exciting. And what did I say? And what did it turn out to be? So, and that's not a knock. It's just the way that Ian Gary likes to fight. Ian Gary is a guy that loves space. He loves to make it look pretty. He loves to run off his combination and move, make it look pretty. To where you have a guy like Shavkat, who is kind of a seek and destroy type of guy. He wants to get into the action and get into the action. So it's a good fight on paper. I don't know how it's going to look on fight night, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the most electrifying fight that we've ever seen, like we're expecting.
The UFC also announced Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley for the UFC Tampa main event. Kamaru Usman believes Colby will struggle against Buckley after being out for so long.
Now, the fight here on December 14th, I think it's a very good stylistic matchup because right now you've got Joaquin Buckley, who he's going to run off combinations, trying to land those big shots to potentially get you out of there. Colby Covington is a guy that you could potentially get with the big shot. But Colby also is the other side of that coin. He can get a hold of you, drag you down if he utilizes his wrestling, because we saw his last fight. He didn't exactly utilize that wrestling until the later rounds where he got a little bit more comfortable. And now he's been out for quite some time now again. So who knows? Colby will, instead of evading the way Wonderboy was, what do we do as wrestlers? We change levels, cut you down. And so we'll see. Only time would tell, because Colby's been out for a while, and historically speaking, time hasn't really been the great factor for Colby Covington in between these fights. So
Bo Nickel is upset at Daniel Cormier's commentary during his fight. During Bo's fight, DC said that Bo's not ready to fight Khamzat Chimaev after seeing his performance against Paul Craig. Bo told Ariel Helwani that it was disappointing to hear that from someone he respects.
When I watched the fight back, something that was a little disappointing was the commentary and just kind of hearing the way that they were looking at the fight. And it made me feel like they didn't really know what was going on as much, because anybody that I've talked to that are people that I trust and know shoot straight with me, they're like, dude, you like shut that guy out. Domination, it was a flawless victory. And to hear things like DC say, oh, he's not ready for Khamzat. And I think he was kind of trying to like be respectful, but also trying to like, I don't know, maybe like set me down a peg. It was just weird to hear, but I just feel like the people that I know that are in my corner who would give me honest, genuine feedback, they're very happy with the victory. I was very happy with the victory. So that's what I really care about at the end of the day. But it was a little disappointing to hear some of those comments from people that I respect a lot.